at any
She
moment.
needs time to talk. We gotta go.
I'm not throwing up at any
Here
moment.
we go.
Oh no, I might.
Oh my God, hey! Oh my God, watch me miss my exit because anyway.
Isn't my invitation
Sorry.
to Kennedy like spot on? Anyway, I am here with Kennedy, Brazil, and Nicole, who are all here to dish the dirt. And Nicole is back from her sexcapades. We'll talk about that too on Extra Whip. Now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7, Chocolate Heaven.
Insert music.
Hello. Hello, I'm Andrew Cheswick Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7, Chocolate Heaven. It's day 66 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house. And this week, Javier is the head of household in a Survivor week. And Jenna has used her fast forward, which means she will not be evicted either. But besides that, we don't know who will stay and who will go. Who will win the Monopoly Golden Power Veto competition? We'll find out later. But first, I'm here with the most recently evicted house guest, Kennedy.
The
who
hottest
we'll
house
get to in just a second. But Nicole, you weren't here the last 2 weeks, but I just wanted to give you a chance. 2 weeks ago, I said on the episode, I don't know if you saw that, you and Evan were busy trying to see if you could create a Guinness Book of World Records by getting pregnant while already pregnant. And then last week, you went on the Guinness Book of World Records for having the longest sexathon of like 7 days straight. How did it go?
No.
Girl, how are you still
Was he right
alive?
there? Wait, is it...
Evan! Hi, Evan!
Oh my God, hey!
No cameras, he said.
Yeah,
I wish that was my life, but unfortunately, I'm just trying to figure out how to do all of that with this big belly attached to me.
Can I see
now,
baby Violet?
Energy and stuff, so she's getting there, guys.
I love.
But
I
if I ever figure out how to get pregnant twice, I'll let you guys know. But I don't even really enjoy being pregnant once, so that's not.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody says they were going to go to Michigan. I think it was you, Kennedy. Somebody was going to Michigan.
Oh,
and
Michigan.
I said, no, it definitely wasn't Brazil, because I ended up saying that Owen's penis is so large that it can extend to Michigan. No, anyway. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'll be there on Sunday, so I don't know.
It was because Owen's at a wedding. Something about Owen being at the wedding. You said it recently, right?
That's not relevant.
No, because Owen put a picture in the main chat of Owen and another person.
Right.
Do you think I pay attention?
I can't remember. Anyway,
I've just been driving for 18 hours. I don't remember.
Kennedy, where are you going?
Back home to Minnesota.
Oh, you're going to be right next to me.
Oh.
Well, hey, I didn't go through Michigan though.
The land of 10,000 lakes. Have you ever been to any of their lakes?
13,000. Oh, I've been to so many.
I love lakes. I want to move there.
No, like there's literally 13,000 lakes. Like 10,000 obviously is like the phrase. Like, no, there's fucking lakes everywhere.
Yes. Okay. So Kennedy, welcome.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you were evicted. I won't lie. I'm supposed to be the host. I'm supposed to be, you know.
Who's your favorite?
I almost said biracial, but what's the word?
Unbiased.
Unbiased. I just thought
bipartial. Yeah.
Not bipartial, but impartial. But a part of me was rooting for you a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. I was your favorite. It's okay. You can say it.
Because as who are you with? Are you with Josh?
No, I'm literally by myself. Why would Josh come back to Minnesota with me?
You've turned to somebody twice now and said, like,
she's trying. She's looking around.
Spot. I'm moving.
Dude, I can't believe she's doing it. I just realized she's doing this driving. Like, she's a real one.
Of course. I'm dedicated. Listen, I
Meanwhile,
more effort in my exit interview than I did in the game.
Her blind
I
spot's
talked to y'all more than I've had any calls in the game. Actually, I called a little bit with Steven.
I do have to say,
oh my God, shout out to Steven. Yeah.
I do have to say, I feel like you had me at Yankee Swap.
Oh my God, thank you.
I think you had like 99% of the alumni at that point.
Yes.
Oh my God, wait, that's so nice.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I'm actually really sad to see you go. I'm also supposed to be
You had a lot of
partial
hardcore.
or impartial.
People liked me.
Oh yeah, Corey wouldn't stop talking about you.
I know, like
you.
even in all the
But I
Zooms,
love
even
candy.
in all the Zooms that you were in, like when you were sharing your ice cream with Javier, like I don't know, everything.
Oh my God, not you actually knowing what I did. Like, that's so sweet.
Well, yeah, no, I honestly
I played Ascendance live. You can watch
other than Tom, like you're a big fan favorite, I must say. So
I love Tom.
I am like really sad to see you here, but I want to like find out what the heck happened.
Oh, I have tea. Well,
Okay.
it's probably not that juicy, but I have it.
Tell us.
Oh my God, no, you have to ask questions. I don't know what I'm.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So what do you think
is
went
the
wrong?
tea?
Yeah. What do you think went wrong this week?
Okay. I honestly, what I think went wrong, I kind of knew it was me. I don't really talk a ton. I've been like busy. I really do think that it wasn't the best for people to vote me out. Like, obviously I'm going to be biased, but I do think game positioning wise, I really think if I didn't have the Monopoly pieces, I wouldn't have been a threat. I think that there was a lot of reason to keep me around. I kind of viewed myself as a GOAT. This is kind of the lowest, if I were to power rank all of the games that I played, this is probably one of the lower ones. Not that I think I played bad, but that I didn't play aggressive.
Okay.
And so I'm talking about power. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't play very aggressive. I had a lot of connections that people didn't know about. And a lot of people who didn't feel uneasy with me, but were like, yeah, we can keep her around. She could be a number. I really tried to undersell myself, and I think I did a good job of that. But power ranking, I just played a very different game than I typically do.
Do you regret
And
it? Do you regret it or?
No, because, and this is going to sound soppy and stupid, but I do think that if I would have played a power hungry game, and the game I wouldn't have gotten as close as I did with Kilby, like Kilby specifically. I think that I would have navigated that part of the game earlier. I kind of saw him being on the outs, and I wouldn't have necessarily gone for somebody like that. I would have tried to get power early and take those people out and kind of build my resume. And so no, I really don't regret it, because I am very thankful that I got as close as Kilby as I did, and I do think that we did some cool things in the game. So and we yeah. But yeah, no, I don't regret it. I am glad with how I played, and Ronnie too. Like, Ronnie was very early. I obviously lost Ronnie really early. And I do think that Ronnie was the kind of person that I would have stuck with regardless. But I think if I would have played differently, I think losing Ronnie as early as I did would have shaken me up a lot more, and I kind of had to navigate around that.
That's what arguably started pro Ronnie and anti Ronnie. So
Yes.
Him using
and
these
also,
ones.
yeah, I do agree with you.
Using veto on me.
I think you meet a lot of cool people in this game, and the fact that, yeah, I've said that before, but that's cool that you took that from this.
So did you know Kilby preseason?
So all I knew of Kilby, obviously I knew that he had played Sequester, but I don't really know what Sequester is. That sounds really, sorry, Sequester.
I don't even think
I know it's like a thing. Well, but I don't really pay attention. Like, I've heard shit about it, but I have enough drama surrounding me. I don't really care about other people's. So I knew that he had played that, and then I have won one game ever. It was like a video game based Twitch kind of org, and Kilby actually played, I believe, 2 seasons before me, and was a 0 vote finalist, and was absolutely robbed, flopped at tribal council, or at the final tribal thing. People just didn't like him. He went in winning and went out with 0 votes. And so being Kilby or Kilbying a finale was like a term. And so I kind of knew of him, but I didn't know him.
Gotcha.
Oh
So
my
then if he were to
goodness.
ask you to ever play Endure, would you say yes?
Oh yeah, I'm just not in a place to play a game right now.
Right.
There's so much like outside shit that I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna be. I'm in a Big Brother game right now. I was revealed for it. Bigger Brother, love Adam. But I think I'm probably going to take a little break here and there. I might not. I don't really know. But I know myself, and sometimes it's okay to chill.
That's the hot Adam you're playing with? There's a hot Adam. What's his last name?
Adam Michael Kennedy.
Oh, no. So anyway.
He's the host.
But maybe he's hot too, but I was thinking of somebody else. So that
You
was...
think everyone's hot?
Sorry, what?
I said you think everyone's hot.
No.
Only hot people.
Only hot people.
There you
But
go.
apparently
AKA
not
our
Jeremy
boyfriends.
Jordan, because I didn't win the veto competition because I got like 6.
Oh,
Whoever said that Jeremy Jordan is not hot, wow. The two of you that gave him like 9.5, thank you. And I hope you knew who he was.
I think we were all judges, weren't we?
No,
Okay.
Nicole wasn't, but I was. I don't even know who you're talking about, but
I
He's
bet
a
he's hot
Broadway
though.
king. I was gonna put Ben Platt, but I thought Jeremy Jordan was better. Ben Platt, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
He is.
Ben
Not that
Platt.
Ben Platt would ever watch.
I told
Yes.
Bridget last week, had she put Tom, I would have put 9.999. So
Oh my god. I
Yeah,
almost
same.
put somebody, like one of my friends, just to like see what happened. Or like my dad, just to like see. But I feel like
Yeah.
putting my dad is like weird. So
a little, yeah, I can see
You
Yeah.
put Troyzan one year, but then
Yeah.
you weren't even the judge.
Troyzan.
Yeah. And
oh my god,
So-
if I were to pick a Survivor player, it would not be Troyzan. Sorry,
no,
we
Andrew
only
is
have a limited
obsessed
time.
with Troyzan.
You're not what about Spencer?
Oh
Or like
God.
me and Terry from Big Brother? That's my type.
Wait, which Spencer?
Spencer Bledsoe.
No, the other Spencer from Token Cheese. Yes, I would. Yes, absolutely.
Fair.
So
So,
Spencer.
do you think one of the things, and it's funny how you were going through a lot of crap in your personal life, and when we played Supreme together, literally everybody was going through crap, and now in this season of Cheesecake, there's been some people going through some personal stuff, so it seems to be a bad trend.
I feel like I'm always going through crap though.
Well, this crap was especially bad
Right.
because you were really treated horrendously in another org, and we're not going to give them the time of day. But what I do want to ask you is, I have been known to play a lot of orgs at once. At one time, I played 6, which was crazy. And no matter, even though I'm strong and I'm like, I can do it, I can time manage, I can do everything. Generally speaking, the more orgs you play at once, the worse you do. So you played, I believe, 2, like Cheesecake and that other horrific one, and you were also hosting. Do you think that being more involved in other orgs deterred you here, or do you think that your position was the same?
I think it was honestly more life and everything that was going around. So as you had mentioned, we played Supreme together. Andrew, what place did I get in Supreme?
Can I say it? You want me to say it?
Oh yeah, you can say what place I got.
Second.
I got second. I was also playing a game
after
called
130 days of Kennedy and I messaging each other back and forth. Yeah, go ahead, Kennedy.
I was playing another game at the same time that was in another series. And I did make the finale in that game as well. I ended up getting 3rd. And I was also playing the game that I won. So I was playing 3 games at the same time, and I made finale in all 3 of them. So I know that I am capable, but I definitely think it was more life than anything else.
Jeez Louise, good for you. I can't even get to finale of one playing one.
I feel like
I make it to finale a lot, but only because I win out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're a comp beast and you have your social game on lock, I feel like you're kind of hard to beat. So they're smart people. Honestly,
People
smart to
catch
get
on
you
to
out.
me.
And I also
Yeah,
think
as sad as it makes me.
when you're as likable of a person as Kennedy, that also makes it easier, right?
Yeah.
Depends on who you ask.
There's
And you're a
one
good
thing that
player,
Andrew
too.
brought up in the video today about he always does like what he thinks went wrong with why someone was evicted, and it was that you didn't communicate enough with the other side.
And I would agree.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit? Or?
So my thing, because I was traveling so much and because I was just doing life so much, I was really more drawn to the people that I like enjoyed talking to. Not to say that I didn't enjoy talking to the other house, but when the conversation is, how's your day? Oh, that's good. What are you doing? Oh, nice. That's fun. And these people aren't giving me game. When I'm in the position that I am, and I know that I have numbers, and I know that people are somewhat comfortable with me, I am not going to beg you. You know, I put the worm on the hook. I'm not going to stick it in your damn mouth. Like, I'm not going to beg you to have game talk with me. If you're not going to have game talk with me, then I'm not going to make you an asset to my game. And I'm going to make you think that I'm an asset to yours. And I think it was just unfortunate. There was a key point in the game that we're not going to discuss, but had that one point in the game shifted, I do think that I would have had the numbers differently. And I really do think that I would have made it pretty deep in the game. I have a connection. I have a very, very strong connection in the game currently that people I don't think are aware is or was as strong as it is and was. And I have, like, when I said my power rankings, you know, my people with Steven and the henchmen and the people who are fucked, that was very, this is how y'all see the game, and I'm going to tell you how you see the game. But my positioning in the game, I don't think was right where people thought it was. And so I do think that if one little thing had changed, I do think that my positioning would have been better, and the people that I talked to less would have either been gone or on the outs, and I would have made it deeper. It really just was a big mistake.
But you did, to be fair, you did make it very far into this game. It's a long,
oh, yeah.
It's a long
I did well. I got 7th, and I hate getting 7th in Big Brother games, but that's okay.
Why do you hate 7th?
Oh, because I got in like a public fight in my first Big Brother game I ever played, and I sent my rival home for 7th, and it was iconic. And if said person finds out that I got 7th, they'll never let me live it down. Yeah.
Oh well.
Fair.
It's all good.
So I'll ask you the question that I ask everybody, which, well, first of all, we know who your 3 votes were because it was everybody. It was 3-0.
Yes.
And what I will ask you now is, who do you think is going to win the game, and who do you want to see win the game?
So who do I think is going to win the game? Apparently everybody's been saying Michael. I really don't think that Michael's in as good of a position as Owen is. I think Owen has Brooke a lot closer than people are realizing. I think Owen has Jenna. Like, I really think that Owen is going to win this game. I think that Owen needs to work on his jury management, but I'm not really don't flick me off, girl. You're the one going fucking 50. I think Owen needs to work on his jury management, but that could just be with me because I didn't talk a lot. But yeah, I really do think that Owen is probably the biggest threat left. And if he's able to navigate that with the capabilities that he's shown he has, I do think Owen's going to win the game.
Okay. And who do you want?
Who do I want to see to win the game? Honestly, probably Queen Rayanne, or King Javier. Queen Rayanne, love of my life. King Javier, my showman. We shared ice cream once. Like, I would love to see them play because I feel like they played the closest to me. And I want to see myself win. So, but realistically, I think they probably have the toughest time. I definitely think that Rayanne has had a much tougher time than Javier. And Javier, if you watch this, I mean that with so much love. But I do think that positioning wise, Rayanne has had to think of it like Frogger, right? Rayanne has had to jump
maneuver. Yeah,
from log to log, hop on these turtles' backs, hop on, like, Rayanne has had to jump a little bit differently than Javier has had to. And it's just a different game. And I think that's similar to how I had to play. And I think it's very respectable.
Do you agree with Javier
I would love
not
to see
pushing the button today?
Oh my God, what was that? I didn't watch the episode. I was driving.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
I was driving.
So first, what happened was William Shatner did a little dance for us all.
You also did, Andrew.
I've met William Shatner.
What?
Wait.
You what? You love?
Yeah, no,
William
I think I've met William Shatner at Comic-Con.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've also met Charlie Sheen, but
no.
And John Barrowman. John Barrowman's a sweetheart, though. Well, yeah. Do you know any of these people? That's okay. Keep going. Yeah.
So Javier had to decide whether or not to push a button, and if he pushed the button, then all of the special vetoes and Jenna's fast forward and the steal a vote would be gone. But I would release the remaining clues to the idol. Whereas if he does not push the button, then all of those idols stay, and the idols can be cashed in for, because it's Survivor Week, either an extra $200 every time you pass go or an extra vote at Tribal. He chose not to push the button.
So none of that's happening.
So
like the special powers are still in play.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that tells me that Javier is probably aware of where the steal a vote is. Likely somebody that he's aligned with, or he doesn't think it'll fuck him over. Which is valid. That tells me that he is okay with Jenna because going into the final 5, someone being guaranteed final 5, like Jenna is, because of the fast forward, I think that tells me he's all right with Jenna. That tells me that he either, and this obviously has to be one or the other, but he either has an idol or has no idea anything about the idols and is hoping that people don't get clues to them. Which again could be one or the other. I don't think it's a bad take from him, because I think it makes him public enemy number 1, and I think the best thing he can do is try to not piss people off.
Okay.
So I think depending on where he's aligned, if he's close with Jenna and probably Rayanne, I would say that's a good take, because Michael's Diamond Power of Veto isn't going to do anything for him. Brooke has Sapphire, yes?
And Emerald.
And Emerald.
And Emerald. Remind me what those do.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore, but the Emerald, you could veto a comp. The Sapphire, you could veto a veto. But now that it's Survivor Week and it's the last week,
right,
she's going to cash
them in. Yeah. Neither of those matter.
Right.
Really, the only thing he would have been affecting is Jenna's fast forward, and then he'd be giving everybody idols clues. And so I think if he calculated that and was aware, listen, this is the better move for me. If he can tell me, if he's at the end and he can tell me, I knew what I was doing, then yeah, I think it's impressive, and I think it's a good call.
I will say real quick, Javier has defeated the curse that the Ruby Power Veto has gone home with the person who holds it, because Brenda, Rai Rai, and then Amethyst took it home with them. But the Ruby Power Veto has still not been played in Big Brother, in its Big Brother intention. So 4 seasons in a row.
Just have me back and give it to me and I'll play it.
Yeah. So you mentioned Jenna, and Jenna's somebody who's been kind of under the radar since the cunt calling session. So where do you think she stands in the game?
I think that everybody, I think Jenna and I are very similar in the fact that we're giggly and funny and you want to talk to us because we're cute. And that's good. I think that was her social game. I think she's strong socially. I just don't think she has strategic merit with what I've seen. I don't like, if I made a list and said, tick off as many boxes, this is your win condition, I just don't think she hits those yet. I think she has potential, and I think that I don't see her game, and I don't think anybody sees her game. And so I firmly believe that there is a very good chance that she's playing the hell out of this game. We just don't see it. So I think Jenna is someone that I want to see more from, but I haven't seen much of.
It's fair.
Yeah, could be playing
to be fair though, I mean, she talks a lot in voice memos, and like that's difficult for me. So
that's something that I haven't brought up at all this season. So on Facebook Messenger, you can use voice chat where you record a voice message and it plays. And in previous seasons, I don't really think anybody.
No, do you know who did that with me the entire time because he was so scared I would tell Kat and Ryan everything?
Curtis?
Nick.
Oh.
No, Curtis, no. Curtis would type me memoirs.
Well,
no, it was
Bible.
Nick.
Yeah.
So Nick was like so scared, but he would always send me voice memos. So
because in that season you could send
screenshots.
You could send screenshots back then. Oh, but couldn't you forward voice memos, or you can't?
I didn't even think about it because I like at that point in the game I was loyal to Nick, but yeah. So
wow. So
it didn't matter, but he was so like defense, like I don't know, but yeah, no. So I could see. I think it's not a bad move that she does that.
The thing is, back to Kennedy's point, she did that a lot, and
it was like I would get like 6 minutes, and so I wouldn't be able to listen to 6 minutes of voice memos.
Yeah,
right, and don't get me wrong, like I enjoyed talking to her, and a lot of it was just like I'd play a Jenna voice memo, it'd be 30 seconds, and it would be like, bitch, you are so right. Like, honestly, you're so right about that. Like, I didn't even think about that. And like, I love her and adore her. So I don't mind that when I have time and I'm able to like talk. But when it's game talk and it's like crunch time and I need like you need to tell me a name, we need to figure out where the boats are falling, I can't listen to 6 minutes of voice memos.
See,
Sure.
as host, the voice memos don't bother me. But have you ever played Kennedy with Andrew Denson?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, Andrew Denson does voice memos, and just like Jenna, it's like 6 minutes of strategy in a voice memo, and I'm just like, you know, I rarely have 6 minutes at a time ever in my days. I work never, and even outside of that, it's tough to listen to one person for 6 minutes. So when it's short and sweet and funny, like when Jenna's just doing funny stuff in the main chat, that's fine. But I could see why. Do you think that would potentially is one of the reasons why she might be lower on the food chain, or is it just not related?
I think it's funny because, oh my God, why is my AC like buzzing? I didn't even hear that until I stopped. I think it's funny because I think early game, it put her higher on the food chain and made people feel like they were connected to her because you can hear someone's voice, you know, when you're doing early game, you're not really relying on quantity of words, but rather quality of words. And sometimes it's quantity of words. But having someone have voice memos with you, this wasn't a calling game. At least from my take. This season was not a calling game. And so hearing someone, you're gonna connect more with them. It's the classic like psychological. It's like if I was like, Andrew, like honestly, like I'm just really glad I got to play this. Like I really enjoyed like working with you, Andrew. Like, but when you say somebody's name multiple times, it's those little things that will put you in a positive light that you really don't have to work hard for. And so early game, I think it was good for her, but I think she needed to kind of transition and make those not stable, but firm connections strategically. And I think that probably could have been a little bit different. But again, I don't totally know her game.
You have great insight. I must say this. It's very interesting.
Thank you.
I'm not going to lie. I think this is my favorite extra whip.
I'm so behind and you're just...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure.
I'm behind too. And I was there.
Oh, no, I lost my train of thought.
Kennedy, you'd be a great extra whip host one day.
I'm good.
Yeah, you can always.
Great.
Well, when I come back for All Stars next season, I'll do extra whip after that.
Oh.
Yes.
When Evan is busy with Nicole, Kennedy can fill in.
Just wait till you see me at the finale and my jury questioning. You'll love it.
How many orcs have you played? Do you keep track?
Oh my God.
Not more than Judy.
Yeah. A bunch.
No, she's at like 3,000.
No, I've only been in the community since October of 2020, so I haven't been around a lot.
That was like a solid 2 years now, 3 years almost.
Yeah. I started playing when I was 18. So.
So young.
And we found out today that you're only 19, which is.
I'm 20. I just turned 20 last month in June.
Well,
okay. Well, happy belated.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm very young.
So we're down to 5 minutes. Is there anything else you want to say? Did you have fun? I hope you had fun.
I did have fun. This cast was lovely. I mean, minus a few, but that's okay.
Names. Just kidding.
You were Rhonda's favorite. Rhonda, season 2, 3, 5.
I love Rhonda.
Thank you.
Rhonda. I love every Rhonda that's played, but I love Rhonda.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. If you're watching this and I didn't talk about you, don't be offended. I have brain damage.
I think you mentioned everybody in the cast. No, you didn't talk about Brooke. Real quick.
You didn't talk about Brooke.
I didn't really talk about Brooke. Brooke is playing a very interesting game to me because I think she's playing the type of game where she's giving me Brooke. I mean this with so much love. Have you seen BB-14?
Of course, like 8
times. She reminds me of Danielle.
No,
like not like in the sense where like, well, no, Danielle was creepy.
Danielle Murphy.
Brooke, I don't think you're creepy. I'll talk on Brooke and not try to compare her. So I do think that Brooke, like, she's very social, but I think she's very persuadable. I don't think that's a word. I think that if you're the last one in Brooke's ear and you push and you say, this is the best move for your game, you're able to convince her. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because it does make her a good and loyal ally. But I think I like what I want to see from Brooke, and I think this is funny as I'm talking as a juror and not a host. What I want to see from Brooke is I want to see her kind of like scoop her shit together, own it, and say, I played this game. This is how I played this game, and I played it for me. Because I really do think that she needs to kind of stand her ground and own her. Like tell me Brooke, you know, don't tell me Brooke and Michael are a duo. Don't tell me Brooke and Owen are a duo. Don't tell me Brooke's on this side of the house. Don't tell me Brooke. And I
like
think
this. I like this explanation. You're connecting it very well, actually. I see what you
Thank
mean
you.
originally.
Thank you.
Like you are explaining
yeah.
it very well.
Yeah.
I get it.
I think because I do think that she has so much potential and so much capability. And I think that she doesn't necessarily see that in herself as much as I think I would like her to.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think once she kind of develops that and sees that, I think she will be a hell of a player. I'm not saying that she isn't, but I'm saying she's the archetype of a player that gets cut at your 5th, your 6th, or gets brought to Final 3 because you can beat her. And I want to see her show what she can do.
Right. Any last words, Kennedy? Because we're almost out of time.
Oh my God. Thanks for having me.
Oh.
I don't really have much else.
Short and sweet. Well, we love having you. You are always welcome on Extra Whip or in the future season. You're always welcome. And with that said, who will win the Monopoly Golden Power Beetle competition? Find out tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday in the epic 3-day board game battle royale. And Tuesday is Tribal Council, where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, and lose their shot at the $700 cash prize. I'm Andrew Chef Sabundes. Take care, and remember, Laura Secord may not have ridden naked on a horse, but damn, did she ever have a nice rack.